Hey guys, what's going on? Sherman here. I was just on here on Amazon looking up different medical supplies, and I told you guys that I would do a video talking about how to build your own trauma kit. This isn't, expert advice or anything like that. I have minimal experience. I'm not a professional or anything like that, but I do have medical knowledge and basic experience with some of these items. So, you can't really take any of this as gospel. My recommendations may not suit all of you. They may, they're going to be different than other people's recommendations, but these are just my personal recommendations of items that I think you should use in an EDC trauma kit. Now, when I use the term EDC trauma kit, it's something you're going to be carrying every day. The type of trauma kit I'm going to be talking about today is more or less going to be one that you can carry on you, pretty easily on a day-to-day basis, not necessarily one you would carry in your pack. That would be a much more extensive trauma kit. I'm going to talk a little bit more about just basic trauma kit like the ITS EDC trauma kit. So, also these are not all of, maybe not the best prices. I'm on Amazon.com right now. You guys can see Amazon. These are just some of the things that I found on Amazon. I just want to show you how easily available some of these things are to you. And I made a comment about Z-Medica, the company that makes Quick Clot, not shipping overseas. But I've just heard from a few people, that, from Canada and the UK, that they can get Quick Clot. So I'm really not sure what that's all about. Maybe you can get it off Amazon. I'm not sure. But, if you can, just try it. Alright, so first of all, you can make a kit exactly like the ITS Tactical EDC trauma kit. Some people think, well, you may be able to make one exactly the same for cheaper, but you really can't. The gauze used in the EDC trauma kit is the Quick Clot Combat Gauze LE, just like that one seen there. And the cheapest price I can find it for is $50. So, talked to some other people, they said they can find it for like $45, but still, it's really expensive stuff. Sorry about the noise with my phone. But it's really expensive stuff. So, also the other item used, and you can find this item, a couple of dollars cheaper, but that's the SWAT T tourniquet. Here on Amazon, the cheapest one I can find is around $14 with Prime, which means you'll get it with free shipping if you have an Amazon Prime account. So you're looking at around $65 after you bought some gloves. You can get them for $0.01. But around the exact same price for the ITS kit, which retails for about $79. Or is it $69? Something like that. And then you got to factor in the nylon pouch that it comes with, which is at least worth $10. So you're getting a great deal when you get the ITS kit. You really can't get the same components any cheaper. So I'm going to knock this off the list because not many people are going to want to afford this. I'm trying to keep the price down, show you guys some really good options for, cheaper. So what you're going to want, though, in an EDC trauma kit, one that is pretty basic, you're really only going to want hemorrhage control. You're not going to really need to worry about chest seals and things like that, but I'll actually get to that here in a second. But you're going to want to look at hemorrhage control. So the first thing you're going to want is some kind of hemostatic agent. What that is blood coagulants. So you're going to want some kind of hemostatic gauze, i.e. Quick Clot gauze, Celox gauze, some kind of gauze that coagulates blood on contact, or granules. So we have here Celox. That's the 15-gram, half-ounce little pouch of blood clotting granules. You can see up there $13 roughly. Just kind of rounding it up. Quick Clot, that is the Sport, which is the sponge. It's not a gauze. It's like it's a sponge with the blood coagulants. That would be my preferred way to go. There's less mess. You can apply direct pressure just with that sponge, and it'll work great. It's around the same price. You can find Quick Clot for about $10. Some stores, I've noticed that some Walmarts and even some grocery stores are selling Quick Clot now in their medical section for $10. So that's a really good deal. If you can get that, that's probably the best option, would be the Quick Clot Sport. That's probably going to be your best, most affordable option. in terms of some kind of hemostatic agent. Now, if you want to go one step above that, you can get the Z-Medica Quick Clot Combat Gauze Z-Folded. That's the ones with the X-ray strips. Or you can get the non-X-ray strip version. All that is just when you go, your patient, somebody that you helped, or even yourself, go in and get X-rayed, they can see the gauze and know that it won't be left behind. It's not really that necessary though, but you can see there it's about $25. It's pretty pricey, but that kind of stuff is life-saving. It's also very compact, which is also something you're going to want to look for also is how compact are some of these items to be carried daily. So you're going to want a hemostatic agent. I would recommend one of these two. Obviously, if you're going, if you want to get it for the best price, the cheapest option, you're going to want the Quick Clot sponge. Now, there are other options. Like I said, this is not the absolute best end-all trauma kit. These are just my recommendations, and they're going to vary from other people's recommendations. Some people are going to prefer other things. Some people are going to mention things that might be better. I don't know. These are just my recommendations right now. So, first item, your hemostatic agent. So, Quick Clot, I'm a huge fan of. So, there's the sponge and the combat gauze, which I would recommend the combat gauze. It's more expensive, but I think you're going to be happier with it in the long run. Next, you're going to want some sort of pressure bandage / maybe tourniquet. Now, I actually forgot to put it on this list that I have before you, but one option would be the TK4 tourniquet. That's pretty cheap. They run from about $7 to $10. That's a really good compact tourniquet. No, it's probably not as good as a cat tourniquet, but those are not compact for an EDC kit. You can carry it in your EDC bag, but, I know some people that carry cat tourniquets in their pockets, but another option is, of course, the SWAT-T tourniquet, which comes in, the ITS trauma kit. These things are great. I recently kind of did a mini review on one, talked about its properties and how reliable they are. This is not the best price, $14. That's the best price I found on Amazon for them. I've seen these for about $10 on other websites, but that's probably what I would get if it's the same price as the TK4 tourniquet, because it's much higher quality. So I would recommend a SWAT-T tourniquet, and like I said, they can be used as elastic bandages and pressure bandages, not just tourniquets. So there's an option, but it's not, there's no gauze on there, so there's really no blood absorption there. So you could either go with the hemostatic agent, the tourniquet, the SWAT tourniquet, then you're kind of close to the realm of the ITS kit for roughly, $50 or $30, $40 cheaper. The next thing you're going to want is a pair of gloves. Now you can see here, you can get these Venom gloves or tattoo piercing, they're nitrile gloves. You're just going to want some gloves. You can go to the store and buy a big box of nitrile gloves or whatever kind of gloves, and just get a pair out of those. Or you can order one pair for a cent. If you're just looking to make a trauma kit, you don't want a whole lot of gloves laying around that you're probably not going to use, then this is a good option. Or like I said, you can go to the store and buy some, but you're going to want a pair of gloves in your trauma kit, because your trauma kit isn't just for yourself. You may have to use it on someone else. So you don't want their contaminants, any kind of bloodborne pathogens they might have, to get on you. Like I said, you're trying to save a life. You don't want to contract a life-threatening illness. So that's a must. You've got to have gloves. Inexpensive. Alright, a second option, if you want to go, the kit's going to be a little bit bigger, but it's going to be a lot more, it's going to be a lot better suited for most traumas, and that would be a pressure bandage of some sort. Now, everybody knows, everybody has the Israeli bandages. They think those are the end-all, the greatest things ever, and the Israeli bandages are great. I think I found a bandage that is, it's like an Israeli bandage, it's a pressure dressing, but I think it's a little bit better, and that is the Oleus, or Olias modular bandage. Now, what makes this different is it has a little, what they call a pressure cup, instead of like the little plastic stick that you use with the Israeli bandage, and has a plastic cup on the top that does the same job. I don't know if it does the job better, but what I think makes the Olias bandage better is that it has gauze inserts, Z-folded gauze inserts underneath the gauze pad that's on the cover of the bandage, and you can actually pull it out. You can pull all that Z-folded gauze out, and you can use the gauze pad that's on the bandage itself as, for covering an entry wound, and then using the gauze inside, the gauze you can take out of it in the exit wound. So that's pretty cool. You have the gauze pad itself, and then the gauze inside of the bandage. And it also comes with a piece of little plastics like cellophane to use as an inclusive dressing, which you would use for sucking chest wounds. So it comes with some cool stuff inside of it. It's kind of like a Wonder Ball if you're a 90s kid and you remember what a Wonder Ball is. But whereas the Israeli bandage, it's just the gauze pad on the bandage itself. That's a gauze pad with gauze inside of it that's removable and a little plastic piece. So very cool. As you can see, it's the same price. You can get them in 4 and 6 inch, just like with the Israeli bandages. So that would be my recommendation if you're going to get a pressure dressing. That's the 6 inch. Just because you're getting a little bit more for your money. Some more options. Like I said, that would cover entry and exit wound pretty well. Now something else, if you want to go a little bit further, take a Ziploc plastic bag and put in your trauma kit and a little bit of tape. And you can make a chest seal with that, with a one-way valve. So I've talked about that in the past before, because I really don't make any kind of EDC-friendly chest seals that I know of anyway. So you can make your own improvised chest seal with a one-way valve that way. So, alright guys, there you go. It may not be as compact as the EDC trauma kit by ITS, especially not if you want to add a pressure dressing to it, but it'll be a little bit more capable for you, and the kit would only be a little bit bigger, but it could still be carried in like a cargo pocket. If you minus the pressure dressing, it could be carried in your pants pockets. You can even vacuum seal it just like the ITS kit. You can buy those vacuum sealers and do it yourself, which I think would be the way to go, and also keep all the stuff protected and sterile. But alright guys, those are just some of my recommendations if you're looking at making your own trauma kit. Like I said, there are a bunch more options out there. Look around. These are just my recommendations. I mean, you can see down here you can get Z-Pack dressing. It's not a hemostatic gauze, but then you have stuff just like regular dressings. You can get Quick Clot Combat Gauze roll, but the rolled gauze is going to be not as compact. I'd recommend Z-Fold like this if you're going for compactness, but like I said, there are many other options out there, guys. These are just my recommendations. Take my opinion for what it is. And I hope you got something out of this video. I hope this answered some questions, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay sharp, and God bless. Sherman 614. Peace.